in case you're going to get a pop-up in a second. How is everyone? Let me know. Corey's here. You got 2 deals to call today. Good job. Corey is on it. Julie just got a massage. I'm so jealous, Julie. Oh, nice. Okay, so we are going to get started. We're just a little bit early, but I'm sure people will trickle in. If not, that's okay. Okay, so welcome to the Elephant Challenge leader meeting. Is anybody here that's brand new, that hasn't been here before? All right. So what we've been doing, if you are, is we have been going through and doing agent outreach, because that's what the next Elephant Challenge is. I just talked to Pace yesterday. We're going to push it. It was August 3 to 5th, but he is going to go speak on Dean Graziosi and Tony Robbins' Time to Thrive stage. So we're going to move it just a little bit. It's not going to be far. It might be just the next week, but we do know it's going to be on, I just remembered I didn't share this. It will be coming up. It will be on agent outreach. Okay. I have to stop talking for a second because I have to post that this has started and I can't. There we go. Okay. Jen's going to be just a little bit late. If you're on YouTube, come over to our Zoom so I'm not going to be able to see your guys' comments or anything. So, okay. Jen's going to be here a little bit. She's going to be a little bit late. That's fine. So if you're new here, we are going over agent outreach. We're going over how to find deals, how to find your market, how to talk to agents. Jen and I, and then right now we're working, we've called a baby elephant, found a deal in Kentucky that we're getting ready to put an offer in. And this baby elephant so you guys as baby elephants, you get to learn for free. We don't charge you for this. The leaders aren't getting paid for this. This is all volunteer for us. And Jen and I are building out a team. We just got a CRM system. So when we teach you how to find deals and vet them and like talk to agents so you can get ready to learn. And then if an agent's like, yeah, we might be interested in something, we have a form for you guys to fill out, which I'll put in there. And then we call the agents, we pitch creative, we pitch cash, we get it under contract. We have 2 deals we're getting under contract probably next week. I don't know. It depends. It's Friday. It depends if people work on the weekends. But let me get and then we're also working on, if you guys want to earn while you learn. So you guys, let's say you're in here, you learn how to find markets, you learn how to find deals, you submit it, they take the offer, maybe we wholesale it, maybe we sell it to Pace, maybe we keep it, but we will, you guys will make money on this. So I need to put it out for baby elephants. So it's all based off of like a $10,000 assignment fee. So if you guys find a lead and bring it in, you get money for that. This is if it closes. Okay. So it's not like if you just find leads and they don't close, we can't pay you because we have to make money off of it first to pay you. So, you find a lead. So if you bring a lead, if your boots on the ground, so it's like in your backyard and you can go take pictures, you can put signs in yards. If you bring a buyer, you get more money. There's like all these things where you can make money on this. So, and then we're also hiring on our team. So if you guys are interested in have some like special hours on the team. So if you guys work on these deals, like these deals will go through a pipeline. And so first we got to call the agent and talk with someone. And then we got to look at this, like the acquisitions, and be like, is this a deal? Underwrite it. Yeah, maybe it's a deal. And then we put it over and we get it under contract and we have a transaction coordinator. So we're looking for help from baby elephants that are willing to be consistent. It's not like an 8-hour day job or anything. If you're like, I have 3 hours on Tuesdays and Thursdays and I want to help underwrite, but I don't know how to underwrite. That's okay. We can teach you. Just volunteer. So if we close any of the deals that you guys touch, You guys will get paid out on it. So anybody can, you guys all can make money here, which is very, very exciting. So if you guys are interested in that, I said I was going to give you guys, if you have a deal, this is just a Google form. Now we're setting up systems right now. How do I copy this? Right here. So we're going to have a better link that's going to go into a CRM, but for now we have a Google Doc. So fill that out. Let us know. If you have deals, we need all the information in here. When we say address, we mean not 123 Main Street. We need 123 Main Street, Augusta, Georgia, 986052. So we need all the information you have in there. And then if you also, oh, I gave you guys the wrong one. Can I delete that? Delete. I'm deleting that. You can use that one, but this one's better. The one that I gave you has way too many like required fields that I don't expect you guys to know. But like I had a baby elephant yesterday that was like, oh, and I even went and got the mortgage statement and I was like, oh, hell yeah, that's nice work. So if you guys, we can tell you what we want. So we don't expect you to get a lot of stuff. But okay, that's the form. If you want to JV with us and let's do the work with us. If you're interested in being on our team, if you guys have filled anything out, thank you. We're not ignoring you. We are first working on getting our system up. We just bought it yesterday. We haven't even onboarded yet. So we're slowly getting it, but we're working off these lists for now. And then we're going to start implementing things and getting people onboarded. We do ask you that you commit a certain amount of time and you be consistent. Like we need consistency. And then you'll get paid when we close those deals. So let's see. Here's the other one if you want to be on our team. Copy this link. Okay. That's if you want to be on the team. Kevin, you're interested. Yay. Gwendolyn says, I put a offer in this week. One is for a beautiful 4-3 in Hampton, Virginia. That's awesome. Nice work. I've been seeing a lot of baby elephants that are going out there and like trying to get these deals under contract by themselves and then asking for help later. You don't have to do it with us, but I suggest you guys go out there and get on a team. So people are like, hey, what do I do? Where's the contracts now? And this, I highly suggest do exactly, if you guys see that, I know you guys, it's not you guys, because you guys are here, but we suggest that you get on a team. We do ask it once you're on a team and like, maybe if you're working deals with a team or if they've pulled a list for you, you stick with that team and not jump around. Because all of us elephant leaders, we're doing this all for free for you guys. So, but it costs a lot of money. So we have like I just spent $1,400 on a CRM yesterday. I have made zero money from the Elephant Challenge because we just started our leader meeting last week and we're just getting going. So I have like a $300 a month. What's Privy? That's not 300. That's 150 now, I think. So we got Privy that we're paying for. We've got our CRM that we're paying for. Our time is worth money. So we're putting a lot of money into this and some people are pulling lists, which is a lot of money. So you have to buy the prop stream or whatever you pull it from. You have to do that. Then you have to pay for the list that you pull. Then you have to pay to skip trace the list, which is looking up who owns it and their phone numbers and their addresses. So a lot of us leaders, it's easy for us to be $3,000 into this, just getting started. And then we're all sub 2 students. Some are sub 2 mastermind. When I joined sub 2, I think it's changed. It was $8,000 or $9,000 to join. Then we joined the mastermind, which is another $20,000. So I want you guys to all realize that I'm not complaining and I'm not asking for a thank you, but elephant leaders have put a lot of money into their education and their time is worth a lot of money because they have their own families, they have their own business. So please understand that we have a lot going into this and we'd love consistency. So we've put a lot in and we'd love for you guys to put a lot in too. And when everybody puts time in, we can all make money. So Jordan, we'd love to help. Just feel like I'm still learning all these processes. So I was talking to Julie about this other day. Julie's in here. She's like, I may not know A, B, C, or D. And I'm like, that's fine. We will train you guys. So we'll train you on the systems, we'll train you on what to do. We just need somebody that has a little bit of time that they're willing to dedicate each week and are willing to be consistent. So consistency, because we'll take a lot of time to build up these systems and then train you guys. So it's okay if you don't know anything. This is what it's all about. You guys can earn while you learn. So bring us deals, work with us. Like, you keep making more and more money. I keep meaning to share this in the elephant challenge, but all elephant leaders will pay out the same. Let me see if I can find it. And I'll share this with you guys. I'll put it out there, but I'll share it. Any questions? And then we'll get started. I'm just waiting for some people to come in. Okay, so earn as you learn payment plan. So number one, only work with official sub 2 leaders that are over here in accountability groups. I had somebody say, I was working with an elephant leader and they stole their deal from me and dispoed it. I was like, what leader would do that? We severely vet these leaders. Like they're on a tight leash, like, because we're like, we're not stealing deals. Not that they would, but it turns out somebody started a Facebook group and was like, we're the Elephant Challenge leaders in Arizona. And they're taking deals from baby elephants and closing them and not including them in on teaching it or anything. So they're not even part of our group. They say they are. So please, to protect yourself, these are our official accountability groups. Come in and out of any of these. So we're all paying the same. So, and we will all pay the same. So sub 2 leader. So we're going to have to do a JV contract. Never get into a deal without a JV contract. That is a legal binding contract that says, hi, I am Corey Sachs, and I am bringing a deal to Carly and Jen, and this is how we're going to pay out. And this is the agreement that we have. So it's a legal document. So which we won't, maybe I went behind your back and closed it and didn't tell anybody, you have that legal document to be like, look, and you can get your terms. We will not do that though, but we just protect yourself because it's smart. So, it agrees to work with a baby elephant exclusively on any new leads they send to the leader. Baby elephant is not restricted to any elephant leader team, but once a lead is presented, don't take it to other leaders. So if we give you a list, don't call on that, take it to another leader. And if you've given it, like if you've brought it to us and you've submitted it and we're working it, don't go take it to Dawn's team and waste their time and submit it and have 2 people working it. Just pick one. Payments are only made on deals that close escrow, which means the deal is done. The ink is dry. When a deal goes to title for closing, a JV agreement will be put in place that provides escrow instructions for distribution of funds. This is a lot of words. It just basically, it's instructions to title being like, let's say we do a deal with Corey, just I see your face there. So I'm picking Corey and we're working on a deal with him anyways. We like, Corey gets this much, Carly gets this much, the buyer gets this much, the seller gets this much. Buyer gets the house. Close of escrows when it's all done. Payment plan is based upon an assignment fee of $10,000. The assignment fee is less than $10. The title payout could be proportionate to the fee, but it will never be over 10,000. So if you guys bring a lead and we close it and do nothing else with it, you're going to get $500. If you find a lead and you negotiate it and you have a signed purchase agreement or letter of intent, then you get $3,000. If we have to renegotiate the terms, the purchase price, get it under contract, it drops to $1,000. If the baby elephant brings a list provided from the leader, you get $500. If you bring a signed purchase agreement that is provided by the sub 2 leader. So if I pull a list, you guys go call on it and you get it under contract, you get $1,000. Baby elephant, if your boots on the ground. So if you're taking pictures, I was talking to another Brendan in Kentucky, Louisville, Kentucky. He's going to go see how bad it smells and take some pictures and see how bad it is. So he'll get another $500 from that. And then when we dispo it, if you bring the buyer, you get another $1,000. So plus on top of that, you get a fast track to learning creative So if it's a sub 2 deal, we'll take you along the way. We'll hold your hand. We'll be like, let's get on the call with the agent. Let's get in call with a transaction coordinator and the buyer and the seller. You see everything. Everything is transparent. So it's an earn while you learn situation. Any questions? Should we get this show on the road? All right. Someone said they had deals. Who was that? That they were ready to call. Is Jen here yet? Corey, where are you? I just saw
I'm here.
you. Oh, Jen's here now too. Hi, Jen.
Hi.
Hi. Corey, I was just giving a rundown on the Elephant Challenge, how they can make money, the rules, and all of that. Okay, so what we went over before, who was new? Have you guys all been here before where we talked about how we find the leads, how we find our markets? Do we need to go over any of that? I think we have a lot of the same people. So Corey, you have some, do you want to bring your deals up?
I'm new.
You're
Kevin's
new.
new.
Kevin,
I'm brand new.
you're brand new. Welcome. Okay, so
Thank you.
is there anybody else that's new to the Zoom? We're so happy you're here. So what I'll have you guys do, what Jen and I are going to do is we're going to pull out a lot of those things that are like the concepts. I would go back to one of our first Zoom. We go over how to find your market. I'm going to cut those and make it so they're bite size, but how to find your market, how to find a motivated seller, all that. And I think Corey has some deals. Do you want to bring them up here, Corey? Okay. Corey has some deals. So we'll go over, I'll say, Corey, how did you find these deals? And we'll go through these. So we'll find out, you'll see like, how did he pick his market? We'll ask that. And we'll kind of go over this too.
Do you want me to show you like I mean I can bring it up on my screen and share my screen if you want, or you can
Before you do that, I'm gonna make a disclosure. So a lot of these deals are not under contract. So Corey is gonna and people bring their deals up here and they give addresses. So if you're in here, we'll kick you out of everything. Like if you are in here trying to steal deals and go around, like Corey gives you guys this, okay, this is 123 Main Street and I know they're interested. If somebody goes and calls on this and tries to get under contract and go around Corey, we're not about that. We're all about learning. It's very vulnerable for people to bring deals on here that aren't under contract because it's easy for people to go steal deals. So can I get a yes from everyone? We all agree when Corey brings his deals up, we're not going to go behind Corey's face and be like, well, they're talking about your deal on this Elephant Challenge and I'm going to try to, and either go tell on them. There's nothing to tell on. It's not against the rules to talk about a deal, but not to especially go around Corey and call that agent and try to get under. So that's like a zero tolerance thing. We're kind. My sign says do good recklessly, be nice. Okay, so now that I had that talk, you guys have all agreed we're not going to go around Corey and go call his agent. Yes, Corey, I would love to hear. First, let's start with, before you give us the address, tell us what market it is and why you picked that market.
Okay, so it's I live north of Houston. It's the Houston market, but everyone's moving to Texas. We have low taxes, low cost of living. Houses are a lot cheaper. Our property taxes are kind of high, but other than that, it's there's an influx of people and there's a lot of real estate activity in this area.
Yeah. So Corey's picking it's his backyard. So he knows the area, which is helpful. And two, there's a lot of people moving to Texas. So that's how we kind of pick about our market. So that's how you picked that market, which is a great market. Okay. So you picked your market, and then how did you find this lead?
So I went to Redfin. Do you want me to share my screen or no?
Yeah. Let me
Okay,
give you access to do that. You can't do it yet. Okay, go for it.
Share screen. Did I just share my desktop? I guess so. Here we go. All right. So I went to Redfin, and then let's see. I'm not that great at this, but let's see. I put in filters. So I have all these filters checked over here, and I kind of I'd previously done a Google search to find out what the median house price was, and I think it was around 450. So I went like up to 550K.
Can I stop you for just a second? Because I just want
yeah.
to make a point. That's a really good point. So what Corey did, he said he went and he found the median income. So the reason why we're doing Texas, where everybody's moving to, that opens up your buyers. One, two, it's not a gajillion dollars. So when you have a gajillion dollar house, you probably have like 4 buyers. But when you have an average priced house, your buyer pool opens to a lot more. So we want to get a lot of averages. Okay. Thank you for letting me interrupt.
And I'm not that smart. Carly and Jen taught me that. So,
But and he's, which is good.
yeah.
So this is what we talked about. And this is why for the new people that are learning, so we don't have to start at the beginning. That's what he's taking what he's learning. Perfect.
Yeah. So all my filters are, I put 2 bedrooms plus, 2+ baths, house, active. What else did I put?
You put more than 90 days.
More than 90 days, yes.
I saw that.
And then I did put by agent, foreclosures, and for sale by owner, and then
Yes.
searched. And I didn't pick like a specific area up here, so that I could just zoom out wherever I wanted to, or whatever. And then I just started. I found, I started clicking on these numbers, kind of in the 400 plus, some cheaper, and I don't remember exactly.
Can I stop you for just a second, for a teaching moment? So why did you pick over 90 days? I know you know why, but I want you to teach the other people.
Yeah, so I picked over 90 days because for whatever reason, they're not selling. It's priced too high. There's some pain there. And then when you go dig deeper, you see like they lowered the price, or it went off market, it came back on market so there's something going on there. And then you can dig deeper, right?
So there's motivation. So when we call, they're like, we like the way we like to do things. We don't want to be plan A, B, or C. Plan A, B, and C is the market. Now, obviously the market's not working out for them.
Yeah.
So yes, thank you for letting me interrupt you and explain.
Yeah, no problem. So yeah, so I just went through and started just clicking on all these and trying to find. So I'll just give you an example. Like, let's just pick this one. So I picked this one over here, looked at it, 499. So it's kind of right, maybe a little bit above median. And then I have what do I have? Privy. So I copy the address and I go over to Privy to look for the pain points.
Nice.
So if you don't have Privy, is there any way you can do that without it, if you don't have Privy or PropStream or?
So what are you looking for in Privy as the pain points?
So I was specifically looking for low equity, right?
Okay, so low equity. Yes. Okay. So the low equity is where they don't have a lot of money in. So if they sold it, they might have no equity, which means they'd have to pay an agent to sell it out of their pocket. Right. And so that's another motivation or pain point. So show us on Privy first, how you find their equity, and then also let us know what low equity means. So like they're selling it for, let's say 300,000, but they owe 295.
Right. So I just picked that random address. So I don't even know on that one, but I copied it and I pasted it in here, and now I'm going to find it on Privy. Okay.
There it is.
And then on Privy, there's a public records button. I don't want to do that. Let's see, public records. And then I want to look at mortgage history. And this one is not going to be a good one because the mortgage was in 2012 and it was $70,000. So it's probably paid off by now. But the other places you can find those pain points is here, like in March, April, May, and June, they kept lowering the price and they got all the way down to $499 from $549. So this could be a seller finance situation on this house. If they're willing to finance it. But let me go ahead and pull up my address.
And let me stop you for just a second. So it's not necessarily not a deal if they don't have any equity.
Right.
if they have a lot of equity. It just, so there's so many ways, exit strategies. Sub 2 is one of them, where you take over their mortgage, and that low equity is usually a good motivation for that. We could also do seller finance if they own it outright. We could do a hybrid, which is both. Like, we're not going to get into the weeds of that. It's okay if there's no, I just want you guys to know low equity isn't a deal breaker.
Right.
It's helpful, but it's not a deal breaker.
So then after doing that, a bunch of that, I mean, like I probably did 70 of them this morning and only came up with 2 that were like knock it out of the park, low equity, like obvious low equity, unless the information on Privy is wrong.
And they're not always right.
Right.
So take it all with a grain of salt. Like someone just said PropStream, which is what I use. PropStream, they do have the mortgage information too, and how much, but they don't have PITI is property insurance, properties, the principal, insurance, taxes, and interest. And so the taxes, it's only principal and interest on PropStream in these places. They don't have taxes negotiated into this. So there's always room. And people are mentioning PropWire. Yep. So Pace, there's so many programs, you guys, and there's not one that's better than the other, but Pace uses just one program because he's not going to teach 50 programs. So they all can do the same. If you don't have Privy or PropStream, this is why we're on a twin team.
Yeah.
I have it. We all work together. Don't go at this alone, you guys. Okay.
Yeah. And if anybody messages me and they want information out for Privy, I'll gladly help them out.
Yes. Help them out. Thank you.
So this is the house that I found. I found it on Redfin, and then I came over to Privy, and now I lost it. Oh my gosh. Hold on.
It's that 4th one over, I think.
I know, but it's blocked by my where is it? Hold on a second. There we go. Okay. So then I came over to Privy and found it. And then I did the same thing like I should before. I went to public records, came up down here, mortgage history, and boom, 286 is what they had the mortgage for. And that was just May of last year. And they're trying to sell it for 289.5. So after they pay around 8% for 2 realtors plus closing costs, they're going to be underwater. They're going to have to cut a check to sell this house.
Stop on that, because you're right. Can you explain, will you like pull up the can you just explain that a little bit more? Because you're absolutely right. And it's a good point.
Okay. So when you sell a house, most people hire a realtor, and normally another realtor brings the buyer, right? The one realtor lists it, another realtor sells it. And so you have a seller's agent and a buyer's agent, and they both get around 3%. Sometimes it may be 2 or 2.5 or whatever. And then the closing costs are about 1%. So we calculate around 8% is what the seller is going to have to pay when they sell the house. So
out of whatever they make, they have to take 8% out and pay everybody. The seller always pays both agents closing costs. So it's good to have those low equity, because they have no money. They're going to have to write a check to sell their house a lot of these times with low equity. So that's why we're like, hey, we got you.
Right. Okay. And so you can see down here that, they listed it and it was 298, and then they kind of dropped it very little because they don't have any equity. They don't want to sell it for less. I also like to look on some of these at the comparables, which you can do on Privy. This one didn't break it down like I like, but I guess it says it doesn't really like these comparables because maybe they sold too long ago or something like that. But usually there's a list down here and it'll show like price per square foot. And I look to see if they're like above the price per square foot or below it or right about where they should be, to see if it's priced correctly too. Because in some cases you might, I found one, ones that were say listed for, 389, and then they owed like 280. But then I looked at the value of their house and it really wasn't worth 100,000 more. It was worth maybe 40 or 50,000 more. So that could still be considered low equity. in my mind anyways. And so I liked this house. So this was one I want to pursue and I want to call the agent on. So then when I go back to, let's see, I gotta put it in here, right? 40406 Poppy Lane. And then I think this is the right place to find the agent, is under about this home. And it says listed by Blake Young, ProMark Realty Group. Is that correct, Carly?
Yes.
Okay.
So you always want to go to the listed by, because Redfin wants to push their
Right.
realtors
Yeah. If
on
you
you.
scroll down here, you'll see the Redfin
you'll-
agent. They want you to get-
I always would call the Kevin, and they're like, they want to weasel their way into being your buyer's agent. So
Right,
go to the listed by. Yes.
So I copied Blake Young, and then I go to Google and I Googled him. And I couldn't find that much information on him, but I did find on his HAR, which is Houston Area Realtors. And I don't know why mine comes up so small here, but I thought it was interesting. He's like listings by Blake Young. He's got one listing. So that was it.
Interesting.
This one property. So I kind of think he's a new guy. Maybe.
Yeah.
And then I did try to find him on Facebook. I didn't really find anything. I tried to find him on Instagram because like hopefully he follows Pace and so he's gonna know what's up. But-
yes, that's always good to find those people.
Right, but I didn't find any of that stuff. So I won't bore you with that. Let's see, and I did find his number somewhere. Where did I find his number?
Sometimes you guys have to hunt for their numbers too.
Yeah, it was for some reason I had a hard time. I actually wrote it down, but I don't know where I found it.
Okay.
Oh, you know what
So
I did? I think I went to his listing and then up here, and this is just HAR. So this is the Houston area. So if you're in the Houston area, this is pretty good.
That's
And
nice.
view phone, and it came up. And then I actually Googled that phone number because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't calling his office. And I actually think that might really be his number, even though it looks like.
It looks like a vanity number for sure.
Yeah.
It's
So
a very
maybe he
pretty
had
number.
to actually pick that number on purpose. So.
Yeah.
And then that's kind of it. I'm ready to call him if you want me to, or you want me to talk
All
about.
right. No, that was really, I appreciate you going over all that just for the
Yeah.
people so Corey did a really succinct, good job of explaining everything that we've gone over in the last.
Well, I'm just a parrot
weeks.
because I just learned everything from you and Jen.
And he did a really good job at that. Everybody give him a high five in the
All
chat.
right, thank you. Thank you.
So, okay. So what we just for the new people, what we like to do is we like to go over these and then you guys have homework, which was what Corey did. And he found his homework and then we'll call the agents live. And
Right.
just a reminder, I know you know this, we want to we want to establish, they do not represent us. That's the very first thing we want to establish, because if they're going to ask, do you have an agent? And because they're going to try to double end the deal, which means get the buyer's 3% and the seller's agent 3%. So we represent ourselves. We make that clear. We're investors. We have a few questions. We're like, I've seen that it's been on market for 90 days. Can you tell me more? And have them talk. And then we want to go and find timeline and motivation, condition, and price. Those are our 4 pillars. If somebody wants to write those down in the chat, that would be awesome. Timeline, motivation, condition, and price. That's like the bare bones. That's like 4 pillars of a real estate deal. And time, and then, so Corey will build rapport and then he'll just put his little feelers out there and be like, thank you, Chris. Are they open to creative? Would they be open to anything creative after they've talked about, first and be like, do you have any offers? Is there anything pending? So they're like, you have them talking about how it's been on market 90 days. You have them talking about how there's no offers. And then you're like, will you consider anything creative? And don't pitch it. So you guys don't have to pitch it. All you have to do is cast that feeler net out there and see if they bite. And if they bite, you'll be like, wonderful. Let me get my partner on the phone, which is Jen and I, and we can help move that needle forward. So I know you know all this, Corey. Thank you for letting me talk over you and teach people.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
Are
Thank
you you have any questions, comments, concerns?
Nope, I wasn't nervous until like right now. Now I'm like, oh gosh.
know.
So
You guys get so what I'm going to do, so it's going to mute you, Corey. I'm going to mute everyone because we don't want someone to accidentally come in and like be yelling at their kids or something and it's distracting him. So I'm going to mute all. Hold on. I'm going to have to unmute you, Corey. So just a second. Okay, now you can unmute, Corey. Hector just got done yelling at his kids.
oh, there we go.
Okay, we're
All
all
right.
going to be quiet.
All right.
And I can post things in the chat.
Okay.
If you are getting stuck, I can be like, ask this like I did with Edwin last time.
Yeah,
So-
that may help. Let's see.
Okay,
I have my notes here, so hopefully I'll refer to those.
you got this. Everyone give him good luck. Tell him
All
good luck. Where's my
right, I gotta
little-
yell at my family. Everybody be quiet.
Go yell at him. All of us people with kids, we get that.
Right.
All right, Corey.
All right, here we go.
Everyone- Okay.
Forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. 28190099900 is not available. The mailbox is full and cannot accept any messages at this time.
Okay, he texted me. Let me just text him.
So if they don't text you, we like to do the double and triple dial. I'm just telling them. So
Okay.
usually agents will tell you guys like they do with him. They'll text him back and be like, "Hey, I'm busy. Can we talk in a minute?" And what Julie says is try again, which is do the double and triple dial. Call again, text. Yes, Chris.
40406.
And if they don't text us back and we call them 3 times, then we'll text them and be like, "Hey, I'm interested on your house on Poppy Street." And
All right,
then
so I'm just saying, my name is Corey Sachs. I'm calling about 40406 Red Poppy Lane. Please give me a call when you can. I have some questions.
perfect. So what he's
Mhm.
doing, he's saying, "This is who I am. This is what I'm interested but he's not listing his questions. He's going to wait for the guy. It's just so much easier to pitch and build rapport and get that stuff on a call or a Zoom or something. So you get the human touch to it. So he's not putting in his questions in there. He's just like throwing his line out.
Yep. So he read the text. So I don't know, maybe, he's showing the property, who knows? But so I have another one, another property. I can go through that, or you can let somebody else go, or whatever you want to do.
No, let's do it. Do you want to just do a high level where you found it, what you saw that made you think it was a good lead? And we don't have to go into depth like you did last time.
So it's the same thing. I can't remember all the numbers, so I would have to go back there, but I'll just I don't have to share my screen, but I'll just I'm going to Privy right now. I'm gonna find the property in my list, which it is this one. And so it's listed for 540. It's in Conroe, Texas. On the public records, the mortgage history shows a mortgage in 2021 for 534,266 at 2.8% for 360 months. And then the property history has in March, it was 550. In March again, it was 548. In March again, it was 545. Oh, no, I'm sorry. In May, it was 545, and still in May, it's 545. And then in July, on the 5th of July, they went down to 540.
So they have some motivation here is what you're telling me.
So yeah, so they keep
They're
lowering
ready
the
to sell
price,
their house.
and they don't have any equity. So and this one, I guess I would say, is a little above the median Oh, and the other thing was, let's see, on the, I think I looked at the. Oh, the comparables. So on this one, there were some comparables and it is, is it, Carly, is everywhere like price per square foot, like a good gauge of comparables or?
It's different for the market. We haven't gone over comping much, which we should go over in one of these.
Yeah,
But comping rules, and there's an elephant challenge on there. There's comping rules in the resources section.
okay,
What comping is, just for those of you that are new, it's you want to find similar houses that have sold within half a mile that have the same beds, same baths, same quote year within 5 years, the same year build. So it's like you want to find proof that what it is sold for within the last 3 months, because the market's changed so much.
yeah,
Last 3 months, very close. So you like, what are other people paying for this? Because it's only worth what other people will pay for it.
yeah, so the really, let's see, so the price per square foot on this house is 185 a square foot. And just a brief look at these comps that Privy has, I'm seeing 219, 201, 261. So they are kind of low. So I'm kind of curious like why it's not selling, but.
And we can ask that. And comping
Right.
also is important because it's like, you want to make sure if it's if the neighbors sold yesterday, the exact same house for $300,000 and the exact same house, they want 500,000 for it. It just shows you not going to happen. You're 200,000 over. So, and then let me just say one thing. Chris asked a really good question. Please ask all your questions. There's no stupid questions. I don't want you guys to feel stupid. But so Chris says, Carly, comping requires an understanding of the exit strategy. Is that correct? Not always. You just, yes and no. It's good to know the exit strategy, but right now we're just trying to find out, is this a fair price? Is this a fair price? Exit strategy. Yes, it might help for the exit strategy if we're going for cash and we know we want to wholesale it. We got to get it like 40% under what it's worth, if that's our exit strategy. But right now, we're just trying to find out with comping, will the market pay what they're asking for it? Okay. See.
All right. So I can call then.
All right. Well, I'm muting myself. Everyone else is muted.
All right. I'm unmuted. You guys can hear me. Let's see.
This is Sophia Bramley. I'm sorry I missed your call. Please leave your name, number, and a brief message, and I'll return your call as soon as I can. Thank you.
Hi, this is Corey Sachs. I'm calling about your property you have listed on 111 Verdancia Park Court in Conroe. If you could give me a call back, I have some questions about the property. My name is Corey again. Phone number is 281-642-6077. That's 281-642-6077. Thank you.
Nice.
All right.
Nice work.
So maybe they'll call back.
I know that maybe they will. And Fridays we have to go short because Jen and I don't know why we scheduled our podcast at 1:00. I think I know why, but so we have that podcast that we're doing at 1:00, but it's just us. I wonder if Jen's on here. Jen's not.
So I'm hogging everyone's time. Sorry.
No, you're not. You're not. What I'm trying to say, I'm trying to decide because we were going to just do our podcast on like how to get started in the elephant challenge. I'm wondering if we can just push this through. It would be nice. You're not hogging time. So you're teaching everyone, has anyone else done the homework? Raise your hand that you want to call. I don't think anyone else has done it. So I don't think you're hogging anyone's time.
So now I'm
Um,
teacher's pet.
Now you're teachers. And we want you guys, there's so many things, like if you guys hear Pace talk too, that so many people are into consumption and they consume and they consume and they consume and they watch these and they watch these and they take these challenges, but no one ever acts on it. So it's like kind of the funnel. Like we'll have like 100 people in a Zoom, but we may only have like 25 that actually come back. And then of that 25, we only have like 3 that have done their homework. And of those 100, we have 8 people that are actually filling out the form and calling the agents. So,
Yeah, I didn't update you on the property that we were working on. The one we talked to Wendy,
yeah,
realtor. She
Yeah,
never
yeah.
she never returned my call. I did do that one follow-up, and then I was gonna follow up today with her,
That's
but I
good.
think that I don't know.
She's
what's
kind of a
going on.
hard ass.
Seems like it, yeah.
I know. And that's a good point. So agents will not follow up and they will not follow up and they will not. And you need to be the ones that stay on it. If in sub 2, Kevin Cho was talking about how he followed up with one for 108 days and then he closed it. And it's all of us ding dongs, including myself, that they don't follow up and we're like, okay, I guess they're not interested. And we never follow up again
Mhm.
because people are going to get a lot of creative offers now, especially with the Elephant Challenge and the market going and all of this stuff, especially in Houston and Dallas, where they're these super hot markets. They're getting a lot of these, but it's the consistency, like I was telling you guys earlier, will pay off. So keep on following up, Corey, every week.
Yeah, I'll
Be like-
follow up with her today.
Yep. And so you're doing it right. And also I wanted to say, I'm not saying that there are people, I'm not saying everybody in here is not taking action. Like Chris is like, yes, I've been called 8 agents on my low equity list today. I actually joined the Zoom late. So like you guys are taking action and you might not, some people are just like, I don't need to call it on the Zoom and they want to call it themselves. That's fine. You guys can, it's really scary to call on a live Zoom. So everybody give Corey a big fat high five because it's really intimidating to do that. So, if you want to find our podcast, Gwendolyn, we have one. It'll be on both Jen and I's YouTubes. They live stream. Put it right there. So we have that. Jen's back. Jen, we were talking about how we're going to talk about the Elephant Challenge on our podcast, but we're also talking about the Elephant Challenge now. Do we want to still do the podcast? Give me a thumb. You're the deciding factor. Yes. Okay. We will. You're muted, so no one knows what you're saying. You need to be unmuted? Is that what you're saying? I do this every time.
Thanks.
Hi, Jen.
I was like, I know I'm muted. I feel like I just won like a WWE battle trying to put my son
Jen's
down.
at home with her kids.
Oh my
Good for her.
God.
Oh my God. It's a lot.
Yeah. Oh, you think not do the podcast?
Oh no, I'm just asking you. You want to keep going?
Yeah, sure. Do people
It's
have
up
more
to you.
deals to call?
Do we have more deals? That's a great question. Does anybody else? Corey did her thing. Do you guys have anything else? Because if you guys don't have anything else, then we were just going to go on our podcast and talk about, here's my thing. Jen, you can put your link too for our podcast that live streams on YouTube. We were just going to talk about the Elephant Challenge and how to get started in real estate and doing a lot of the stuff that we're already talking about. So Lamar says, I'm just trying to learn what to do in the challenge. I'm in Fresno, California. I'm feeling a bit lost on where to start. Just being honest. I appreciate your honesty and vulnerability on that. So you're doing what you got to do. You're here. You're in the challenge. I don't recommend watching every single challenge because a lot of them are the same and they're long. So if you're new here, I say go around and date the leaders. Please only go to leaders that are featured in the accountability groups because they they're on a tight leash and we're all paying the baby elephants the same. It's just safer to go for those. Not that they're on a tight leash. It's just like we're all on the same page. No one's gonna mess around with you on those. And then find times that they meet and then find leaders that you might like and keep coming back. So Corey came to our first one and he's been learning, for example. And then he's like, I have a deal. And then we called the agent and got on a Zoom. And so what Corey is doing is it appears that he's picked our Zoom and we're working together and he's coming on and he's learning and and he's bringing his stuff up here and he's willing to be vulnerable and call agents on a full Zoom. And maybe one of these deals will pan out and Corey is going to learn how to do a whole deal with us and he's going to make money from it. So yes. So that's what you're doing is what you're doing. Date around, find a leader. We just ask like if you're working with a leader and they give you leads and they're working with things for you, just stick with them. Don't take your lead. Like it would probably not be smart for Corey to take those 2 leads he just called over to Don's and then we're both working these with him. We're all friends, so we're not trying to compete with anyone. Corey says, you're my people. I'm going to make it happen. We will. Corey and then Brendan. Oh, you have your hand raised, Brendan. Let's bring Brendan up. We called on, I'm going to pull you down. Let's bring Brendan up. I called on a listing for Brendan in Kentucky yesterday. Hi, Brendan.
Yes. Hey, how's it going?
Good.
So I have just one realtor that I can call, or we can talk about what we did yesterday. It doesn't matter.
Well, okay, let's see. We have 9 minutes. So let's talk. Let's talk about the realtor. Do you want to make a call? What do you
Yeah.
Why don't you pick? Because you and I can talk about the one.
I'm pretty good at making calls, so I can make
are.
a call just so you can kind of see.
Yes.
Um,
Brendan is good. He's in the sales business, so he knows what he's doing.
But the only thing with this property is it's out of my price range, honestly, but it's been on the market for quite some time and I just wanted to inquire more about it. So
Yeah.
they bought it in 2022. They're trying to sell it for an additional like 120,000 for some reason, even though they bought it a year ago. And I don't think they did a whole lot to it. Like there's no additional loans other than the loan they put on it. So I don't know. So I'm just going to call and see what's going on.
Awesome. So he's going to do probably all the usual and he'll probably make the agent. He'll probably ask the agent, what have they done? What have they done to it in a year that makes it more 100,000 plus more? So he's going to make the agent own up to, I'm not going to talk. I'll stop talking. We'll talk about it after. He knows what he's doing.
I'm not the best teacher, but I can do it. See if he answers.
Hello, this is Jason.
Hey, Jason. My name's Brandon. I was just calling about a property you had listed out in Smithfield, Kentucky.
Oh,
It's 4701 Deer Creek Circle.
Deer Creek.
Yeah, I was just wondering, it's been on the market for quite some time. I'm a real estate investor. I was just hoping you can tell me a little bit about what's going on currently.
Yeah, well, actually, there is a contract in place. It was just contingent on the buyer selling their property, and they just released that contingency today. So that'll be going under contract. It'll be pending now.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Today, so
Gotcha. If you ever have any other properties that are coming back on, for sure, let me know. Or do you have any other listings that's been on for quite some time?
No, I have a property that's off market right now that I'm looking to potentially sell. It's in Audubon Park. Are you familiar with Louisville?
Yeah. I'm a local investor here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's Audubon North. So it's the same type of houses, but it's just north of Audubon Park. Houses are a little smaller, but this one it's about 1,850 square feet. It's 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, hardwoods. It's a nice house. We're looking to probably sell it for around $350. It's going to be listed at $350.
Gotcha.
The gentleman is older, and so we're trying. It's very cluttered. He's a lot of stuff, but if you take it all out, it's a really nice house. So that's why I'm hoping to potentially sell it off market instead of.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
absolutely. So does he own that free and clear or? What's
no, I think there is a mortgage on it. Mhm.
Gotcha. What's his like? Why is he looking to move, or is he?
He's lost a spouse,
Okay.
and he's wanting. This is a Cape Cod, and he's just wanting more of a ranch and to be in a different area. He has friends that's more out in Prospect, and he's kind of wanting to go up that way instead of where he's at currently.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'd be definitely interested in just taking a look and running the numbers, see if it would fit. But I kind of work on more like creative terms. It's kind of like the last dish kind of effort. That's why I was calling about this property. It's been on the line for so long. Just because like I do a little bit more creative. I can do cash offers. Now, a lot of times they're never going to like that offer. So I try to do a little bit more creative wise to make sure they get the price they like at the terms I like. So if you ever have any of those situations come up, I'm more than happy to take a look at it. I'm even happy to look at this Open Parkway one. If you can text me the details, I can just run the numbers, see if it would fit.
Okay. Is this your cell?
Yeah, this is my cell phone.
Okay, perfect. Tell me your name again.
My name is Brandon.
Brandon. Okay, great.
Yeah.
I will. I'll get that to you. I'm out right now, but I'll do it as soon as I can.
Okay, I'll text you my contact info whenever we get off here.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right, talk soon. Bye.
Bye.
And that's how it's done.
That's how it's
So
done.
good. So he was like, no, there's an offer. He asked if there was any more things. And then he's like, I'm being straight up front with you. This is how I buy things. That was so good. Good job.
Thank you.
Good.
I'm not a very good teacher, but I've seen it done enough. I feel like I can replicate.
Yeah. Just by watching, don't you guys feel like he doesn't have to teach you anything just by watching? You probably learned a lot from that, right? Yes. Gwendolyn says yes. Mic drop. Yes. Gary says yes.
Awesome.
Gwendolyn says yes. Sherry. Hi, Sherry. That was great. Okay. I think we need to move our things on Friday sooner. So we only have an hour on Friday. We got to go down. We're going to have to go to our podcast right at 1. So we might move them a little bit earlier just so we have a little bit more time. But Brandon and Corey and all of you guys that are out there calling people, and even if you're doing it and you're not doing it on here, you guys are taking action. Brandon and Corey, we've talked to 2 agents with them. It sounds like, have you heard back from the other agent yet, Corey, that we called on yesterday for the house in Kentucky?
Me?
Yeah.
You
Have you heard back
you
from
said
that
Corey.
agent?
You didn't
Oh
talk.
God, sorry.
Yeah,
I
that's how I was-
suck with names. I was looking.
No, I
Yeah.
have not. They were supposed to send you the title information. I don't know if they sent that to you, but they had not sent it to me. I can follow up real quick and get that number.
We don't have to now. So let me just give you a head. So he found a house, he called on it. He did exactly that. They said they were motivated. It's in pre-foreclosure. There's poop on the ground, animal poop on the ground, and it stinks in that house, but it's not that bad. It's really not.
No, it was recently remodeled back in 2021. So it's like
It was-
brand new appliances and everything. The most I would have to do is get a new water heater and then clean up some shit. But
Exactly.
the pictures I got, like he described it in such a way where I was like, oh my God, this is going to be
It's gonna be a
awful. And then I
lot.
got the pictures. I was like, I mean, I could put gas up and we'd be fine. But
Yeah.
I honestly was thinking about selling that on a wrap because I know some potential buyers that can't qualify for it. And I was kind of like shaking around an idea. It's listed right now at 160. They were like even interested like 180 ish. And I would be getting it at 140. So I'm doing this. I know what I'm fucking doing. Sorry.
He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. He just needs a little hand holding on like the closing it and getting the contracts. And so you're
Yeah.
great. So what he did is he went and he got it and then we called it. We're going to pitch creative. I was like, Kate, I need a verbal from your sellers first. Maybe we can type up an LOI, Brennan, and send it over. Before we did anything, we wanted a verbal from the sellers saying they'd be okay with this would be a subject to. There's different ways you can do. So every house is different, which means we would take over the mortgage and we'd either find a buyer for it or we could hold on to it and then lease rent to own it, which is a wrap, pretty much sub-2ing a sub-2. Don't worry about that. That's a little bit in the weeds for people that don't get that. It's okay if you don't get that. So we just need a verbal from the buyers that they're okay with sub-2.
Mhm.
The realtor said, said, we can only use our title company, else it's a deal breaker. And we're like, really? Are you going to let your people go into foreclosure because we don't use your title company? So before we go to the title company, we need a verbal from the sellers. I would just call and do a follow-up with the realtor and be like, did you get a verbal confirmation that the sellers are willing to do this? We're excited. It's Friday. We want to send over a purchase and sale. We want to send over an offer or contract.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I'll call them right after you guys get off here.
okay, we got to go because we have our thing, our podcast. I've been on meetings all day. I had the gator meeting today, and then I went to the baby elephant meeting. I'm doing all the animals. So a lot of you are just following me. If you guys want to follow me to my last thing, it's on YouTube. You don't have to. It's just we're going to talk about this. All right. You're amazing, Brandon. You're amazing, Corey. You all are amazing. And thank you for coming. Bring stuff. Let us know. Like if even if you're like Brandon and you have made the call and he submitted in the form, let's put the form in here. And he's like, I filled out the form. Let's go call this. Send it. Go take some action. Get yourself into trouble where you're like, I have no idea what I'm doing. And let us help you close the deal. So that is the form. Did you guys learn a lot? I hope so. Was this helpful? If it was, that's great. If it's not, let me know what we could do to make it better. This is for you guys. Hector, I know you raised your hand. We have to go. We have a podcast starting right now. I'm so sorry. Come back on Monday or DM me and we can talk on DMs. I would rather do it on this so it can help everyone, but I will help you, Hector. I'm sorry. We need to start this earlier. Take care, you guys.
Yeah.